Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talk Tottenham. Uh, um, Giving you guys live match reaction from tonight's game against West Ham United at home. It's just finished at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and guys, this isn't going to be an easy. It's not an easy video to do. This one, honestly, it really isn't. The match only finished probably about 15 minutes ago, and I thought I'm just going to just do the video as soon as I get back to my hotel room. I'm due back in the UK tomorrow, but yeah, this is my last night in Latvia. In my anyway, guys, look, listen. Spurs have lost 2-1 to West Ham, and yeah, I just don't know what to say. I honestly I do not know what to say. Game of two halves is an absolute understatement. Tottenham were absolutely electric in that first half, fizzing the ball about, creating chances. Not that many good chances, but chances. Take the first 10 or 12 minutes alone, and I think there was a stat put up on the screen that said we had 92% of the ball, 92% of possession. And I thought we were really good in that first half. And then the second half, I don't know, we just ran out of legs towards the end of the game again. It's the same thing that happened in the Villa game as well. We probably played better in the Villa game, to be honest, than tonight. I thought the second half was pretty poor tonight, and it pains me to say that. And West Ham weren't really that good tonight, and we still lost against a mediocre team. And I think the facts are, guys. The facts are that after such an I've just in such a long time of supporting Spurs, I've supported Tottenham all my life. I've never known a season like this. Where it's just been such heaven and honeymoon, for the first, what was it, 10 games of the season, maybe 11. And then since then, we've now lost 4 in 5. We've lost 4 games in the last 5 and drawn the other one. And that draw was obviously against City on Sunday. We were pretty over the moon, pretty elated with that point at the Etihad, and I think we were pretty well worthy for that point as well. And then just tonight, I thought I just don't know what happened. I've got no idea what happened, guys. Please tell me in the comments if you know what happened, because in the first half, especially the first half of the first half, I thought we were absolutely superb. Absolutely brilliant. Like literally West Ham couldn't get the ball off us. Um, I thought Basuma and Lo Celso were playing well. Kulusevski was a threat. We looked like we were going to score all the time. But I don't know, like it's just, yeah. I mean, look. The thing is, obviously the injuries that we sustained in the Chelsea game and everything that happened, it's obviously been well documented. It's killed us. It's absolutely killed us. We miss Madison, we miss Van der Ven. Romero obviously came back tonight again, and that was fine and everything, but we're still missing. It's evident. It's evident to see. It's plain to see, especially in that second half. It was clear to see that we were missing something, and either the final ball wasn't quite enough, or I don't personally. I don't think we got Sonny involved in enough goal scoring positions tonight. I mean, how many clear cut chances did we actually have? I mean, other than their defender deflecting it onto the post in the first half. Who was it? I can't even remember his name. I don't know. I can't remember his name. Their centre back. I can't, to be honest, I can't really think of too many other clear-cut chances that we actually carved out. I mean, Johnson got in a few good positions, so did Kulusevski. Basuma and Sarr fired over from the edge of the box, but that's what's disappointed me tonight more than anything, is just that we didn't carve out enough chances. And look, I'm not gonna start getting on Angie's back. You know, look, I think he tried to change it. He brought on Skip, he brought on Richarlison, then he brought on Hill, and he brought on Valise. You know, to try and change it. He brought on the four subs, and nothing changed. To be honest, in that second half, nothing changed. And look, I'm not gonna, after, you know, after everything that's happened, you know, with what happened in the Chelsea game with the suspensions and the red cards and the injuries, I'm not gonna start saying, you know, like the wheels have fallen off and it's all doom and gloom. It's not like that. You know, I've seen enough this season to go with it. You know, to go with the project, to believe in what Ange has done. You know, and I do believe it. You know, I think he's even now with, you know, 4 defeats in 5, I'm still very, very optimistic for the future. You know, you can't take that away. But, you know, it's just such a killer, guys. It's absolutely demoralising, you know. And I think everyone, especially after the way that we battled at the Etihad last on Sunday and got a point, I think everyone is just, you know, you know, let me know in the comments, guys. But I'm absolutely deflated by that. And you know, you look at you know, you look at a result like that, and I don't want to say it, you know, but that could be quite, you know, pivotal, I think, in our season, really, because, you know, you need to be winning these games, the home games against teams like West Ham. You know, you can't be losing. You can't even be really drawing the games, to be honest, if you want to be in and around the top 4. Or, you know, I know it's not even that long ago. It was only about a month or 5 weeks ago that we were dreaming of more. And you know, 5 weeks time, you know, 5 weeks later, it's just such a shame. It is just such a shame. And you know, there's been some damaging results in there. You know, Wolves away, Villa at home, now West Ham at home. Chelsea, you know, obviously that started it all off. Um, I think the question is, guys, is, you know, what can Ange do, and where do we go from here? You know, because we've got a game against Newcastle at home on Sunday now. They've just lost 3-0 at home to Everton. Sorry, away at Everton. You know, so they're going to want to bounce back, and, you know, it's not going to be an easy game. Yeah. Look, you know, uh, I think all we can do, guys, you know, to be honest, is you know, try and get our players back. It's good that the bench is looking a wee bit stronger at the moment with Richarlison there, Skip. You know, look, guys, if we're going to go through the performances tonight, you know, I thought, as I say, you know, in the first half, I thought everyone was really, really good. Everyone was on it, getting to the first ball, you know, playing it around, fizzing the ball around. You know, we looked threatening every single time we went forward, and I thought we were defended pretty well. West Ham didn't even have a kick in that first half. But in the second half, look, I'm really sorry, guys, but I'm going to have to start digging out some players now. You know, I don't know what Destiny Adogi, Destiny Adogi is doing for their second goal. It's a really, really poor back pass to Vicario. Absolutely shocking back pass. Hasn't given Vicario a chance at all, and that's why it's led to him having an absolute swipe. And whoever's, you know, is it Bowen that scored? Bowen's ended up basically it's just the most ridiculous goal that you're ever going to see. Just you know, fair play to him. He's chased it down and whatever. and I think Paqueta was trying to get out of the way and whatever, but Bowen's done well there. Bowen's done well. He's chased the ball down. That's whatever any good sort of attacking midfielder or striker should do. And he's made his own sort of fortune there. I've scored a fair few goals myself over the years by doing the same. Running down the goalkeeper or the defence. But look, in that second half, where was nothing was happening. No creativity. Højbjerg, Lo Celso, Basuma. They just vanished. Absolutely vanished. The midfield vanished. Kulusevski. Yeah, I know what it's like. You concede. West Ham seem to get an awful lot of confidence, especially after that second goal. They just completely shored up at the back, and we just found it really, really hard, didn't we, to get through them at any possibility. And Ange rolled the dice. He tried to change it, bringing on Skip, bringing on Richarlison. Richarlison should have scored, to be honest. Actually, that was probably the best chance of the game, or the second half at least, was that crossing. I think it was Porro to the back post. Richarlison. He's got to score. He's got to score, and then I know he's only missed it by a few inches and whatever, but he's got to score. He's got to score. And, I think that would have been probably on about, 60 minutes or 65 minutes, maybe a little bit later. And if he scores that at that time, I think Spurs would have gone on and won the game, because we would have had all the momentum, would have got back to 2-2. The fans would have been behind us. And that probably was the chance, that really was. But, Valise came on. He doesn't look... He doesn't look up to it. I don't let me know. He doesn't even for a big guy. He's got a terrible way of holding up the ball. I haven't seen nothing of Valise at the moment, to be honest. Absolutely nothing. Skip came on. I've been a big fan of Skip, over the years. Even when people were sort of slagging him off and saying, he wasn't good enough, I was actually probably one of the people that was always saying, play Skip over Højbjerg, to be honest. But I think this season, I haven't really, to be honest, if I'm being honest, I haven't really seen anything of Skip, to be honest. And I know he hasn't had many minutes. Had many minutes, but there's just not enough adventure in his play. It's normally backwards or sideways. Look, I like him. He does get around the pitch quite well. He puts his foot in. I love the fact that he plays his heart on his sleeve. I like that. But I want to see more from him. I really want to see more from him. I didn't see enough from him in this game. Got to stop playing the easy ball, Skip. Got to see more from you. Who else came on? I don't want to just blame the subs. To be honest, it was an overall team performance in that second half. I don't know what happened. We didn't come out. We didn't come out in that second half, and yeah, I'm absolutely gutted, guys. I'm absolutely gutted, to be honest. Usually in a season, you have a few sort of up and down performances, but to win your sort of first eight out of your first 10 games and then lose 4 out of your next 5 is difficult to take. It's difficult to take. We obviously need to get Van der Ven and Maddison back ASAP, and we need to, in the meantime, get some composure back. The general performances are pretty good still, guys. That's what I'm hanging on to be honest, right now, is the performances are good, the commitment's there. You can see all the players are playing for Ange, they're playing for the club. And I think if I'm being honest, I think it's who we're losing against as well. If you take the last 4 games and you look at the games that we've lost against versus who we've won against earlier this season, we'd beaten the likes of Manchester United at home, Liverpool at home, we'd drawn away at Arsenal, we've got a point at City. if you look at the last 4 defeats, Chelsea at home, okay, right, you can forgive that, but really, we shouldn't be losing to Chelsea. But Wolves away, Villa at home, and now West Ham at home, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable, and also that's not going to get you anywhere near the top 4 or top 5 losing games like that, because there's going to be harder games to come. So, you know, it's difficult, guys. It's a difficult one to take. Look, the bonus is we've got literally 2 or 3 days before the next one. The next game comes really quickly at home to Newcastle. Let's pick ourselves up. Let's go again. Newcastle are on a bit of a downer. They're low on confidence. They can't seem to get in form either. So it's probably quite a good time to play Newcastle. And let's try and get back to winning ways, because tonight is a damaging defeat, guys. I can't emphasize that enough. That really, really has done no good for us whatsoever. But we're still in and amongst it. We're still hanging in there, probably around. I don't know if we're still fifth at the moment. Maybe we've dropped to sixth. But it's shocking, to be honest, that we're actually level on points with United. On 27 points, because Man United have been absolutely abysmal this season. And they've been shocking. And for us to even be level on points with them now it absolutely sickens me, to be honest, after this start to the season we had. Shocking, absolutely shocking. But, the facts are the facts. We're fifth, United are sixth. We're probably level on points with them. I think we're level on points on 27 points. Look, we've just got to go again, but what worries me is the lack of firepower. It's the lack of firepower, and this was always going to happen after Kane left. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's I'm a couple of hours ahead of you because it's my last night here in Latvia. Tomorrow I return to the UK, and I really hope that Spurs can deliver a win. It would be our first win in 6 against Newcastle. It's difficult. It's difficult times at the moment, guys. After a good start to the season, but look, we go again. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and all the support for the channel. If you haven't subscribe to the channel, Talk Tottenham. Like this content, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, come on, you Spurs.